everyone, so I hope you're well. Today's video is going to be a very chatty video. I don't even know what the title is going to be, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to figure it out as I go along. So I asked you guys on Snapchat what kind of topics you'd want me to talk about. Just another chit chat video. I know I did one I think it's last month or the month before on dealing with breakups, but I wanted something more like upbeat and happy and not so depressing and down. I got quite a lot of you responding. A lot of them were to do with like uni and high school and stuff, so I felt like the uni ones I will do them closer to when you guys are going off to uni, which is going to be in September, so I'll probably film it in August. I feel like if I do it now you'll probably forget about it and it won't be very relevant, so look out for those ones. I'll probably do stuff like how to survive uni life and just different other like tips and advice and stuff. So today I felt like I would do like kind of like a Q&A and then incorporate my own experiences with different topics that you guys have talked about, and I felt like that would be quite cool to do because I honestly just didn't know what to film and how to go about it. Actually quite interesting knowing there's quite a lot of you who are quite young, like a lot of my viewers are quite young, and it took me a while to really realise that things you guys go through growing up and stuff, and obviously my experiences. I am almost 30, so I feel like I've been through a lot in my life already, so I'm just gonna kind of just talk through the different aspects and then give my take on it and give my experiences if I've gone through them and stuff. There were questions on friendships, boys, relationships, money, confidence, body image, so I will just kind of touch on those ones. I spent 10 or 11 years of my life in Nigeria because I was born in Nigeria, so honestly that part of my life seems like such a blur. Like I don't seem to remember anything, and a lot of people ask me like stuff, but I don't know if it was like a subconscious thing to kind of block things out, even though there's nothing worth blocking out. I just don't remember, so I can't even really talk about my childhood, but I know that it was enjoyable, you know. I didn't go through any stress or any problems that I can remember, but like pinpointed different things, I feel like I had a good childhood. And then I moved to the UK, obviously being like, you know, in a new environment, new people, loads of white people, like where I grew up and where I lived was predominantly white, so obviously you can tell that, oh, you kind of stand out, but it was never like a problem. I never felt inferior. It was more of like not having any friends and not being able to fit in because I was like fresh, like proper fresh. I didn't even look anything like your ideal, you know, girl and stuff like that. So my issues for me was more of fitting in and wanting to have what people had and wanting to feel accepted. So during high school I went to it was a grammar school, so I went through the phase of like just feeling like I didn't have things. When it came to friendships, I'm not the kind of person, if you meet me, I'm not the kind of person that I would say that would draw people to me. Like I'm very quiet. Even till now I'm very quiet, and a lot of people mistake that for being stuck up or for being snobbish or for being, you know, all that sort of thing. That's like my biggest misconception about me. Like I am very quiet. I don't feel the need to talk unless I need to talk, so I'm the kind of person who just sits there and observes everything that goes around. On my first day of school, a girl came up to me and asked if she wanted to, if she would be my friend, and I'm like, yeah, obviously, because obviously I had no friends, I didn't know anybody, and she was so sweet. The kind of people that I'm close to now, we all have similar interests and I can relate to and they can relate to me, so I find that friendship a lot easier to maintain. But like if you know me, I am like, when I'm at home and when I'm with people I know very well, I am loud, I am just cray, I can do whatever. And then when it's with people I don't know, I'm quite reserved and kind of like just taking it all in. And I know a lot of people are, or maybe like that, who might feel like they're quite shy and can't, you know, do things and don't want to experience things. But let me tell you, I missed out on a lot of things when I was younger because of the fact that I felt like I was very, I had a low self-esteem. I felt so, you know, didn't want to do anything. I felt really scared to do things. So I just feel like sometimes you just have to fake it till you make it. Even till now, I feel like that's what I'm doing. I'm not always as confident to do different things. You probably think because I'm doing YouTube, I'm this very confident person. I mean, 5 years in now, I have grown in confidence in a lot of things. Like 2 years ago, I wouldn't even speak in public, like do any sort of public speaking, and now I do that a lot more now. So I feel like with time, things will get easier for you. If you're the kind of person who isn't doesn't have many friends, or not really the one to be the life of the party or the one with the big group of friends, don't worry, because as time goes on, you change your group of friends anyway. Like, I was one of those people who didn't leave uni with a big group of friends. I know people who live here now, live in London, who most of their friends are from uni, so there's always a birthday like every other week, because they have so many friends in their circle, and they have different cliques and different circles. But for me, I left with like a couple of people, not that many, and sometimes I felt like, oh, you know, I don't have many friends. But honestly, you don't need to have a big group of friends. If you meet somebody and you click with them and it's a genuine friendship, honestly, there's no need to have loads and loads of acquaintances. One good friend is enough, because let me tell you, girls can be quite dramatic and quite shady, and I find myself being able to get on with guys a lot more than girls, because honestly, I don't know what it is, but girls they just seem like so much drama, like just from experience. And I mean, yeah, I just find myself being able to get on with guys better. Like, if you don't have that many friends, or if you're in a group of friends where you don't even like them, but you just want to feel accepted, you want to feel like you have something to do on the weekend, don't worry, because as time goes on, you meet different people. Especially if you're in high school now and then you move into uni, you will meet a whole new set of people, a different background, different personality. So don't feel down or feel like, oh, you know, because I know a lot of people go through that, you know, having to be in a group of people that you don't even like, but because you feel like you don't want to be left out and you want to be able to be invited to like a Saturday event, or you know, whatever, you just hang out with them for the sake of it. I've been through different sets of friends, different sets of best friends. It changes, things happen, people grow, and it's okay to not have a relationship or have a friendship work out and you move on to someone else, because it just there's a season for everything basically. So don't worry if you're at that stage right now. Also, in high school, I wasn't the kind of I also didn't have many like guy friends. I remember one incident, I think I shared this at BeautyCon. I remember one incident, it was like Valentine's Day, and there's this guy I really liked, and I just could not go up to him to talk to him. So what I did was I bought a Valentine's Day card. I wrote in it, I don't even remember what I wrote, and I think I gave it to my friend, who was a lot more confident, to go and give it to him to ask if he'd be my Valentine's. She gave it to him and he said no. I was like, from that day, I am never talking to a boy ever again. Never talking to a boy ever again. Like, that was the worst day of my life. And till this day, I don't even do that. I feel like you kind of need to be that traditional where the guy comes to you. So I never go up to a guy and to say I like him. I've just been fortunate enough to be able to get on with guys anyway. So like, I would never I just have that fear of rejection again. Like, I would never ever go up to a guy, even if I know that I like him or he likes me. I can't. It's nice to feel like a princess and have a guy kind of fight for you or come after you and stuff like that. So if you're also the kind of person who maybe can't talk to boys, or not in a relationship right now and you're like at a relationship age, don't worry, because as time goes on, there is a time for everything. Like my dad always says, there's a time for everything. And whenever he said that, I was like, yeah, okay, fine, Dad, yeah. But it honestly makes sense. As you grow older, you meet new people, you have more guys come into your circle, and it becomes a lot easier. And like, I see guy friends as girls. That's why I can get on with them so well, because I feel so comfortable around them, and I feel like they don't throw shade, they're not judgmental, they would say how it is. But as you grow older, you start to filter out the good people, the good friends in your circle. You begin to see people for what they are. So even if you might not have a big group of friends, or you do have a big group of friends, it will change. And it also depends on the company you keep. A lot of people kind of lead you the wrong way, and their priorities are kind of misplaced. And as time goes on, you get older, you become wiser, and you know that these people should be in my life. They're not helping me. If they're not helping you get better and be better, you know, with yourself, then they should be in your life. They don't really add any value to your life. These aren't the friends you should keep. As time goes on, you'll be able to filter out the bad people from the good, and they become a lot like long-term friends. There are some people who are still friends with their high school best friends and uni friends, so it depends on the kind of people and the kind of person you are. But I just feel like as you go older, you like when you get into work and get into other activities, you meet different people. There's always a place for meeting new people, so the friendships will change. When I was back in high school, I was the kind of girl who felt like I didn't have things. I didn't have all the things that kind of made you feel like you were cool and popular. Back in my day, it was, I don't know if you guys remember Rockports, those boots that literally everyone wore. They're like for boys, but literally girls wore them too. My school was a grammar school, which was supposed to be like a posh grammar school, but people were kind of chavvy as well. And I wasn't working at the time, and I just remember telling my mum, please can you buy them, because I really, really like them, and she just wouldn't get it for me. So I ended up getting, this is so embarrassing, but I ended up getting, there's like an alternative called Rockfords. Yeah, I was like rocking some next level nonsense. It was called Rockfords, and I ended up buying it and trying to like change it to make it look like the Rockport. And I don't think anyone noticed, which was good, because I would have gotten really, really like laughed at and stuff. But I was so like big on wanting to fit in and buy all these things. Even, do you remember the brand Miss 60 that does all the jeans and stuff? I wanted them. Like everyone, it's like if you didn't have those, you weren't popular. Remember Bench and Hooch, those coats with the furry hood and then the string with the bobbles hanging down. I wanted them so bad. I said to myself, okay, I need to get a job. So at 16, when I turned 16, I got my first job in River Island. I was like, I have to work and I have to get money so I can buy all these things and I can feel accepted. And looking back now, I'm just feeling like all those things really didn't matter, because like I said, there is a time for everything. You will grow older, you will get a job, and you'll be able to afford these things. It's difficult when you're in an environment where everyone is all material. Everybody is like, even right now on Instagram, everyone's posting things or their stuff they bought and what they can afford. And it's difficult growing up in that kind of environment where it's like, if you don't have these things, you don't feel like you've achieved stuff in life. And I just think to myself, I know I was there too, but now I'm thinking it all doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because your priorities change when you get older. You know, get a place, start paying rent, paying bills, and paying for food, and if you live on your own. So you realise all these things are kind of secondary. I know back then it wasn't as bad, and I know it's a lot worse now, but don't ever feel like you need to get stuff to fit in, because you'll never be happy and you just keep on buying things, or you never feel like you won't even feel anything. And the one thing I really don't like now is like everything is goals, like everything's goals. You know, not everything is goals. Now it's mood. It's not goals anymore, it's mood. It's like mood. Like, no, stop this. There's a difference between aspiring to have a good job or aspiring to be in a good relationship than saying, I want your life, I want this, I want a man like your man. Like, I feel like it's gone out of hand now, and I feel like God has given us different blessings at different times. And if you're saying, I want your man, or I want your car, or whatever, God's like, okay, fine, and I'm not going to give you what I planned for you. And you don't want to miss God's blessings. So honestly, not everyday goals. I hate seeing this everywhere, like goals. Like, no, I don't want anybody else's life. I want my life. I want to work towards it. Why don't you work towards getting that? Getting a good job where you can afford to buy things, praying for a good husband or a good wife and stuff like that. But the one thing you shouldn't do is try and, you know, covet what someone else has. You don't even know how they got there. No one's going to show you anything negative about their relationship online unless you're in the shade room. Usually people only post happy posts about my relationship, my wife, my husband, and stuff like that, and you don't know what happens behind closed doors. So I would never say I want someone's relationship, because you don't even know what you're wanting. They could be going through a lot of stuff, and you're literally asking for that for your own life. It's all attainable. If they can do it, you can do it too. If you're a teenager going through like body issues, I'm 27 years old and I'm still going through adult acne. So a lot of times people say, oh, when you get older, you become prettier, you blossom into this new butterfly. Like, I mean, my skin has gotten worse as I got older, as you know, compared to when I was younger, because usually people have acne and stuff during their teens, but I have adult acne, like from my face, on my arms, on my chest, but you won't see them because I know how to conceal them. For those of you who are getting older as well and are still going through that, just know that you're not alone, and not everybody blossoms to having perfect skin and perfect everything. I've just been able to find out how to deal with them, how to conceal them, and how to get on with life. Like I said, fake it till you make it. No one's gonna know you're going through stuff unless you tell them. And it's nice to be able to relate to someone who isn't perfect from head to toe, you know? So there was a question about how do you talk to boys, and I'm at this age and I haven't got a boyfriend and everything. What am I doing wrong? Honestly, don't feel like there's anything wrong with you. Some people, you know, have countless boyfriends and end up being broken up with and just being hurt. And some people meet their sweethearts at uni or even high school and they're together forever. Like my brother, for instance, he's 23 years old and he's engaged. His fiance was like his first ever proper relationship, and I admire that, to be able to find your true love the first time you get into a relationship. So honestly, there's no rush. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of sad, because I'm like, what about me? But I'm so happy for him because he's an amazing guy. And so yeah, I feel like there is no set time to be in a relationship. There is no set time to be, you know, to have a boyfriend, or, you know, it's difficult, I know, because I've also felt like that, like, you know, why is everybody else just like, you know, having bae, where's the bae? I would rather you wait for the right one than to be broken up with and to have a broken heart countless times. It's just not worth it. How have I been confident in what I'm doing right now, and how have I been able to get this far? I'm not the kind of person who would be like loud and out there. I'm not one to usually jump for big opportunities. I've missed out on a lot of things because of the fact that I felt very shy and not confident in myself to be able to do things. And honestly, looking back, it really wasn't worth it, because you miss out on a lot. What's the worst that can happen to you? Something else will come along, and I just feel like you shouldn't lose opportunities, because life is too short. Life is honestly too short. You should try and experience as much as you can. Fake it till you make it. No one's gonna know you're not confident unless you show it, unless you tell them. No one's gonna have a clue. You're the only person who gets in the way of your success. If you feel like you can't do it, you won't do it. You're the only one who's gonna be able to take that next step, take your next foot forward and go to wherever it is that you want to do. It's only you. You're the only person in charge of your success or your failure. So think about it that way. If you want to do well, you have to just ignore it, you know, ignore it. It's a few seconds and it'll be over. Like, I've been to a lot of like shoots and things where I just feel so nervous meeting people, especially if it's like a brand or a brand owner, and I get back and I'm like, that was it. Like, I didn't, you know, once you do it, you're done. It's over before you know it. I'm not 100% confident when it comes to like these sort of things, but I'm getting there, and I feel like as time goes on, you just become a lot more, like, you just seem to care less. I really wish that I had someone older to tell me these things, because I'm the oldest in my family, so I didn't have an older brother or a sister to like guide me. And you know, it's different when it's your parents, but when it's your sibling, it's a different relationship. So if I was to tell my younger self something, I'll just be like, just stop being so scared, stop being so down and having such a low self-esteem about yourself. You know, you can do it. And I'm really hoping that this is a testament to show that somebody who's so like meek and so quiet can still achieve things. You just have to just believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will believe in you. Like, sometimes, depending on the kind of parents you have, if you're from a Nigerian or an African family, it's always like, you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer, you have to be a scientist or accountant. You can't do anything to do with like drama or, you know, media or beauty. Like, they feel like it's just not right. I think I'm probably the first one in my family, besides my brother, well, who is doing something so like completely different to your usual academic like careers and stuff. And at first my dad was, I mean, I wouldn't say he was against it, but he was always saying, you know, this is like a side thing, where's your backup, like, you're gonna go back to psychology, aren't you? And now he's like my biggest fan. Like, he actually supports me, and it's so nice to see. And I know a lot of families might not be as supportive, but don't give up. If you want to do something that isn't your conventional course or conventional career, do it. Like, what's the point of being so depressed, going to work every morning and hating your job? because your parents wanted you to do it and you're not enjoying it. You're the one who has to go to work every day, not them. I feel like I've rambled on. I really hope what I've said helped you. If you have any specific topics you want me to share and talk about, please leave them down below. There's another thing I said at BeautyCon. If you can't change it, work it. W-E-R-K, work it. If you have any insecurities, which we all do, nobody is above insecurities. Even the hottest girl is insecure about something. When people say you're insecure, it's like, well, of course, because we're all human, you know? So if you have an issue that you can't change, whether it's physical or whatever, like, honestly, just work with it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.